So this might look like a very strange chess game. We already have pieces moving weirdly, and we don't have all the pieces. But that's entirely justified because the pieces explode here. So we're gonna have some fun with that. Other than that, everything else operates pretty normally. We can put the bishop in jeopardy over here, which prompts him to move to put our king into check, but a simple move to the white tiles saves us. And now he's putting this knight in check, which if he captures it, explodes and then kills everybody. So let's not have that and then put him in jeopardy again. Not that we really want to expend our own pieces, we need to capture the king. But if we move our knight up here, put our king in check, that might prompt the bishop to capture. Or not, which our king can't even capture our knight because he's gonna blow up again anyway, so how about a bit more check? Which now puts the king in the midst of all of them. So let's work on getting our third knight up there to put him in even more risk. Right over here, we're putting him in a corner. Our knight right over here is checkmate. The first round is complete. That's the best chess game I ever played. And we didn't even get to see pieces blow up, which is tragic. It's just kind of a looming threat. This is the Cold War of chess. Speaking of, why do you look like a bomb? Enter the dragon. Your king is a dragon king and moves as both a king and a queen. What? Also, that horse has a very strained neck. It's a camel. Moves and takes 3-1 squares and 1-3 squares vertically. Okay, so it's like a knight with extra steps. Literally. I do like the idea of a dragon king though. Let's take you. Look at our king here. He almost looks like a bomb that's dropping. Let's just go ahead and add a, do we want a bishop or do we want the funky camel? I feel like we do need a bishop for this. So you can go in the back row there. That's all well and good. And then we still have a, well, we don't have any money left over, but now we go into the next round. Okay, we could go standard or challenging, which is a little more difficult. Let's stick with standard until we get a feel for things and get powerful pieces. So they move forward because the atomic bomb does that. Kings cannot take each other, so that's a thing. But this also immediately puts the king in check. So the knight moves to block, that's fine. Let's move our knight up here. If we can take that pawn, then, oh, they're smart. Why do they gotta be smart? But also, our king moves over here. We can start to threaten their king with our king. Whoop, and there goes the knight. Well, I think that'll be okay. But here, our king puts their king in check. Except legally not, because I forgot about this rule. But because our king is right there now, we can take this knight, and then the king blows up. Yes! Beautiful, blew up so many pieces there. So, oh, we could get them Jordans. Mark 1 square, if a friendly pieces move there, you can make another move. Ooh, but we don't have enough money. We could just get another bishop though. Sure, next stage, which is a boss stage. And the boss has his own modifier. Randomly swap the positions of your opponent's pieces, excluding the king. Is that their pieces or my pieces? Whoa, it's my pieces. Hey, I thought the king was in front. I guess because he's a dragon king, he doesn't count as a king anymore, which is interesting, but hey, welcome back to check. And then you move over there. Now, I'm not really a fan of that rook being there, because if he gets in and then just kamikazes, then that's not good for anybody. So we can stick our knight out here, maybe prompt him to just blow himself up. But also our bishop can force their king to be somewhere else by going up here and threatening him. He can capture the bishop because that threatens a blow up. And oh, it'd be really tempting to just slam the king into this. But I feel like that, would that be a draw? Hold on, we have undos, I need to see this. Capture the pawn and then blow up. Does that count? That counts! Oh my god! That is amazing. I didn't think that would work. I thought it would be like, you lose, but no, we won and we move on. Wow. That is dangerous. Ooh, you look fun. The first non-king piece you take in a match is added to your current setup. Ooh, is this permanent? I need to know if this is permanent. We're taking this. But we can only have 4 modifiers, which is a problem. Let's get some more funky pieces. There's a man. Acts as a pawn and can move and take as a king. Interesting. Sure, let's take a man. Looks like a Teletubby. And then the bishops are just a lot of fun right now. Just slide on in and blow up. So are we feeling good enough now? Okay, actually the difficulty ramped up quite a bit here. Do we feel good enough to take on a difficulty 24? That gives them a full row of pawns, plus 2 rooks and 2 bishops, although they're arranged funny. You know what? I don't need to worry about the king blowing up, so why don't we try it? So they have a full row that automatically moves forward, and we immediately take a piece and then we add it to our own, but I don't want to take a pawn. So we can send a knight up there, and then, let's see, depending on what piece they send, it's probably gonna be safe. If we move this knight here, then one of these is gonna move. probably you because you line up with the rook, and then both of those do. I feel like the rook is gonna be better, so let's move you over here, also opening up the lane for our king. And then when one of those move, we just move you right in line here, which also puts the king in check, but the rook is probably gonna capture. Oh, he didn't capture. Well, that's different. I thought for sure the rook was just gonna slam down into the knight in a Michael Bay explosion. But I think we could also force ourselves to capture a rook. I really want one. So we put you here, put that rook in jeopardy, and now the king is in jeopardy, which also means our king is free to just slam into this guy. But we did copy the pawn that I didn't want to do, but we got him. Was not expecting our king to be powerful like that. What does this do? Boys to men. Pawns are upgraded to men when the round starts. It's raining men. Do we want that to be our last upgrade though? I'm not sure we do. Why don't we re-roll to see what we get? Ooh, hello. Lazy present. If a friendly piece is moved to that square, receive a random coin. That could be good. Or Sugnoma. First 2 coin slots can now hold badges. Ooh. But we don't have money for that. And we don't have money for this either? Oh, that was an expensive reroll. And we can't lock these either. That's disappointing. Didn't even really get to use the man last time. But here, another bishop. The sliding pieces seem to work really good, and that challenging wasn't very challenging at all. Oh, but they have a dragon king now. Let's try to get the money for another badge if we can. This should be fine. It worked pretty good for us last time. Oh, but they have a man now. So you can move all over the place. Well, I think we can try a similar thing. Move you up here, one of those moves down, put you up here. It's the same move as last time. Oh, I didn't realize they had a queen though. But the king is also blocking the queen's escape, so that's helpful. Put you up here, and now that pawn's moving, so we can move. Let's see, is the queen gonna try and move there? I feel like the queen might try and move there, but we can also do more check like this, except legally not. I forgot about that again. Let's move the bishop here to cut off the king's escape there. Pawn keeps moving forward. If he gets close enough to blow up the knight, then that's not good news. Oh, actually, I didn't realize that they haven't done anything up here. Goodbye. And we also copied the rook. Nice. This is a very cheeky way of playing chess. And there's a buffalo. The buffalo moves as a knight, a camel, and a zebra. There's a zebra in this? Is that you? That's the empress. How many knight variants are there? Combines the movements of the rook and knight. And then bishop promotions can be promoted to dragon knights? What do those do? We already have a dragon king. I also feel like it'd be very easy for the bishops to promote. And we do have a lot of them. We'll take you. Now we'll put the rook over here just so it's not so cluttered over here. We're kind of limiting escape routes for the king, but I think we're still okay. Now let's take all of our beautiful pieces here and move on up to the boss, which has a difficulty of 33. Not too sure what that means in the grand scheme of things because chess ratings go up into the thousands, but now they have a dragon king that we have to worry about. Although kings can't take kings, so maybe we don't have to worry too bad? Oh, they also lost a rook over here. So we might not be able to do the same tactic, but I still like the idea of moving one of our knights to coerce one of their pieces. We could do this one. That might move, yep, you. I gathered that much. And then that's probably gonna move the knight in range just to take it out, yep. And then, woo, really open up the field there. Oh, that also opens up the queen there. If we move the bishop into check with the king, does that still prompt them to do that? Yes, it does. Thank you, undos, for removing my mistakes. So we need to get the king far away from all of this. So you go here, which blows them up anyway. At least they lost the queen. Although that did remove a lot of my pieces though. Well, the man can move up here like this. I think you can still promote too. Okay, you're putting me in check. That's honestly no problem. And now the man is in danger, but we can just scoot you right on by. So now it's just kind of a pawn race right now to move things down. And now the rook is blocking the man from moving here. So if we scoot you over like this, because you can move like a king, then we can put the king in check, which means that the rook isn't gonna capture. So now the man gets promoted to a... Oh, hi there. Hi there. I'm not sure why you did this. I still win though, don't I? Yeah, I do. You fool. Pretty good reward there. Blowing them up without having to worry about my king is so cheeky, but I love it. Now, the problem is we have no space for this, so to open things up, we're gonna need... Actually, we can't even do that. Can we sell one of these modifiers? I'm not sure we can, but I also really like our modifiers because we do get free pieces this way. I'm also not sure how many stages there are, but our setup is pretty powerful. I think we can just keep going here and trying the, receive one pack, but skip straight to the next round. So we could get some fun little pieces here. You know what? Let's just boss rush. Our setup is pretty invincible. So we could get a rook. There's a princess, and yet another knight variant. Combines the movements of bishop and knight. Sure. Put you on the front line here. And then, they have a full board there. They do in both spots. I like this challenge. Okay, so we probably can't do a similar thing there because the man can move as the knight or the kings do, which means he moves forward here and puts our knights in jeopardy anyway. And I think that's gonna be true no matter which knight we move. So if we move our knight like this, or a rook like this, then we could eliminate that pawn there, move the princess over there, and that's check, but that man is still a danger. And the knight's about to press forward. So let's answer his challenge with the princess. And then that moves the knight that way. And I'm messing up the pieces names. That's the man. This is a man here. Male beauty standard right here. If we can get our bishop on the black tiles, then we could do some good that way. And we can't. Oh wait, the knight is there. We could capture this pawn, but that will blow up the knight, and then the queen moves down to death. But not if we freeze her. Oh, that's dirty. So you blow up anyway because we passed our turn. But we can just, move the knight up there to challenge. Okay, you're putting in check. I think no. And then we blow up even more pieces like this. We could, but I think I would rather just use our Dragon King. Oh, reliable. Never mind. Why don't we just capture the bishop and then get that over with? I really want to force the king out of that space, or just take out something here, though we can put him in check. And then put this knight up to jeopardize those pieces, which means we win. Oh, the explosions are so good. And since we used a freeze token, let's get one of those back. Ooh, and we can actually afford a queen. A proper queen now, which immediately has access to everything. And now this boss switches the pieces again. That should be fine. Probably gonna be more dangerous for them than it is for me. We almost have a full board here of nonsense. And sadly, this move here means that we can't one-shot them, but we can get pretty close. If we take you out, then that opens up the queen, which takes out a lot of pieces, and I'm not a fan of that. If we move you up here to take you, the queen might move into position here, and we don't really have an answer for that, except to take out the pawn next to it. You know what? Sure. Send the bishops. Actually, I forgot that blows up. And they didn't even move the queen anyway, they moved the knight. Choices are being made here. How about some check? And then the rook immediately just takes him out entirely. And that's where the demo ends. So we unlock challenge level 1. Amazing. Moral of the story, explosions and chess are kinda broken, but that was a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun pieces in there. So if you guys want to see more from Passant, or Passant if you're American, then be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching, and sub to Intern. And I would like to thank the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donamoto, Deviant X, Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Herald, Peggy Sue, Drupalong, Lily Bites, The Miner Within, DeGarity, Sands, V, Killer Squad, Mousy Mouse, Nicholas, Igor Shradi, McKenna Chan, and Liam.